Welcome back to the channel. We are at AutoSport Designs in Long Island, in the basement, looking at their amazing inventory down here in the basement. And right in front of me, we've got a Ford GT 2006, a very rare one because it did not come with, it was optioned without factory racing stripes. If you want to pause it and look at the spec sheet there, the documentation. Beautiful midnight blue. You can see the fans there in the front. This is, of course, a mid-engine car. It has the 5.8 liter supercharged motor. Love these cars. Fantastic car. It is a 5.8 liter, right? I'm losing my mind. I know it's supercharged. It's a push rod motor. Ford motor, obviously. What a good looking spec. These look great without the racing stripes. Love the fuel door right there where it is on the passenger side. Right there, that's fantastic. I like these wheels on these cars. These wheels look great. You got just the right amount of tire, just the right amount of sidewall. You know, they're not rubber band tires like a lot of the modern cars, modern supercars. We're surrounded by greatness in this garage. We've got Ferraris everywhere. We've got Aston Martins, loads of Aston Martins. Now, the interior was bare bones on these, but I think it's aging well because it was very specific to this car. You know, this doesn't have Ford Taurus or Ford Mustang Escort parts in it. At least I don't believe it does. Maybe like door switches or something, but timeless design here. And there's the supercharger you can see through the window. Now this is a great color. This may be my favorite color for the GT. I love blue cars. What do we have behind? I believe is that an Aston Martin. We've got an old Benz. A lot of cars that I don't know a lot about. Beautiful steering wheel. How cool is that? That's a Jag XK convertible. All right, I'm sorry, E-Type convertible. E-Type. But, you know, this is Long Island. People that live out in Long Island, live out in the Hamptons, they like these old school European cars, these vintage cars, the Jags, the Aston Martins, the old Ferraris, the Maseratis. They love these old cars. And you get a Ford GT or two, and you get some Ferraris, and you get some Porsches, of course. A lot of Porsche fans. It's just a big car community in general. So it's in Huntington. If you're ever in Long Island and you want to go to a cool car dealership and see cars that you're not going to see, AutoSport Designs in Huntington in Long Island. We've got a Scuderia here, a black Scuderia, which all of those are F1 gearbox. I like the red stitching. That's cool. This is right when they were starting to get a little wild with the matchy-matchy stuff, but this one isn't overdone. I don't think. I think it's tastefully done. The carbon fiber and the engine bay there for the air boxes, I believe, are carbon fiber, or the intake manifold, I should say. Silver stripes. I like the silver stripes. I love the red badging on the 430 on the Scuderia models. Scuderia shields there. I don't think they were painted. I think those were the standard shields. I'm not sure. Great looking car. Great looking car. Fantastic. Nice offset. Nice looking headlights. So we've got a thinner tire on this than we had on the GT, the Ford GT. So this is going to be a little more problematic with city streets and potholes, etc., etc. Not sure if it came with a lift or not. Love those mirrors, by the way. How cool are those mirrors? We've got the steering wheel, got the yellow tack in the center. Great looking mirror on that car. And we've got the old school Aston Martins that kind of look something like Mustangs from the era. I mean, somewhat, just the lights anyway. And I like that these have like fat tires on them, really fat 255 series rubber, which for back then was pretty fat. A lot of tires were skinny in the old days. Good looking interior. I mean, this is a car from the 70s here. And look at that interior. It's real wood we're looking at on the steering wheel and on the dash and on the shifter. A lot of amenities. And these were torquey cars. Came with a big V8. If you know the size of the motor, comment below. But it reminds me of a muscle car. It really does. Cleaner, sleeker, a little higher build quality, obviously, but although they break down a lot too. So we've got Porsches here. We've got newer Aston Martins. We've got Porsches. Isn't this a cool dealer? We've got a Lotus. They are an official Lotus dealer. So there are a few Lotus Evora GTs here. I believe this is an Elise. The Elise, I think, had Toyota motors. I want to say it had the 4-cylinder early on, and you could get a 6 later on. But correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just a fan, guys. I'm no expert. I'm not Doug DeMiro. I'm not Matt Farah or any of these guys. I'm just a guy that goes around and takes pictures of awesome cars and videos of awesome cars, like this Z8. How about a black on black Z8? How iconic is that? Now that's a James Bond car, and it's an Alpina at that. They didn't make many Alpinas, so this is a very rare car. We've got a Carrera S Cabriolet. We've got what looks like a Viper green Porsche. Looks to be original at a glance anyway. I don't know if that steering wheel is. No, that's not the steering wheel. It's not original. So this has been tastefully modded. Paint looks great. And they have an RSR tribute car that's out in the parking lot. And we'll get to that in another video. It's a fantastic car. Got another Aston Martin, an early 90s, late 80s, early 90s Aston Martin. We've got, I don't know what that is next to it. We've got old school Mercedes-Benz. There's a couple of Ford Panteras, De Tomaso Panteras in here as well. That's a nice color for the Lotus. And these old school Aston Martins, God, I love blue cars. There are a lot of blue cars in here. And I love these fat tires. I love that you still have a sidewall. It's like a 55 series tire, 50 series tire. So you still have a nice fat sidewall. I know they don't handle as well, but it's a good look. We've got an old school Ferrari here. Is that a 412? 412 Ferrari? Colombo V12 front engine, 2+2. When they were all manual trans, when every Ferrari was a real Ferrari, meaning your grandma couldn't drive it, you had to be somebody that likes to drive cars like that. Aston Martin, Aston Martin. We've got a Land Rover Defender. Z8 again, same Z8 from earlier. So what are you guys driving? Out of everything that we've shown you here today, what are you picking? The Land Rover, the Ford GT, the Ferrari, the 90s Aston Martin? That's very 90s, very early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. What would you choose? One of the 911s? Another Ferrari with, this one has red interior, another 412, I believe. Red interior looks fantastic on these. These had the Colombo V12. Really tight in here. Okay, so here's our early model Pantera. That might be a year one, like a 72, I believe. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe that was a Lotus. I'm sorry. I'm moving too fast. That wasn't a Pantera. That was a Lotus. That was an early Lotus. Yeah, that's not a Pantera. That's a Lotus. You can see the insignia on the steering wheel. There's our Ferrari. Feel free to correct me in the comments, guys. I make mistakes all the time. So this is the 4-cylinder Turbo Esprit. But at a glance, it looked like the Pantera. And we'll get to some of the Panteras later. So like and subscribe for more. See you guys next time.